Hi, Joanna. Let's take a look at your 7th and 8th essays. This is about companies migrating to regional areas. Let's see what you wrote here. Governments have been encouraging companies to migrate from urban to regional areas. The pros and cons of this transition will be elaborated in this essay. Okay, fine. There are a number of advantages in relocating companies from metropolitan to rural areas. Firstly, it provides a significant economic boost to the regional areas. By bringing in new businesses, there will be more jobs created and in turn, by bringing in new jobs, there will be more jobs created and in turn, greater employment opportunities for the local residents. Fine. Secondly, companies can reduce operational costs, you need an S here, and may increase profits by renting property and hiring employees in rural areas where these expenses are generally lower than in urban locations. Lastly, dispersing businesses away from large cities can help ease congestion and overcrowding in cities. With fewer factories which produce pollutants and just noise in general, during the manufacturing processes, it can help improve air quality in cities and reduce noise pollution. All right, this is very good. However, there are also some disadvantages to companies migrating from city to rural areas. Fine. One of the main disadvantages is that it can be difficult to attract top talent, singular, and professionals to work in regional locations. Companies may not be able to find quality employees as top talent, singular, and professional often prefer residing in larger cities with greater career prospects and higher wages. Good. Furthermore, the consumer base in rural areas is much less than that in large cities, which may have a negative impact uh, on business volume and company profits of the companies. Moreover, the infrastructure such as roads and transport system and educate. Why do you have this? The infrastructure such as roads, I know what you're saying. Okay. Moreover, the infrastructure such as roads, transport systems, education, and the medical system in rural areas. And then it should be is not as well developed because it's infrastructure. Is not as well developed as in cities. Therefore, sudden increases in the number of companies and workers moving there can put a heavy burden on it. All right, careful with some of this because let's say moving there. Yeah, I guess it's clear. You said in rural areas. But you know what? You have to be careful because you said both rural areas and cities in this sentence. So when you say there, it's not totally clear what there refers to. So be careful with using pronouns like this. Um, you could have said, like, you could have just paraphrased. You could have, here, why don't we try this? In rural areas is not as well developed as in cities. Therefore, sudden increases in the number of countries and workers in regional areas can put a heavy burden on it. Okay, it's better that way. I'm still concerned that this it is very far removed from infrastructure. So you had so many other nouns between the word infrastructure and this pronoun that I have some concerns that it's not clearly linked and it's not clear what that it refers to. So maybe you could have rephrased it a little bit, okay? But on the whole, it was fine. So in conclusion, we don't say in a conclusion, we say in conclusion. It can be beneficial for companies and residents when governments, I didn't like this attract, when governments maybe encourage businesses to move to regional areas. That would have been better. However, there are some challenges faced by companies and this is awkward. However, there are some challenges faced by the companies and A negative impact. I don't know. This is a little awkward. However, how about we do it a little differently? However, companies may face challenges and local resources may be negatively impacted or something like that. I think would have been a little better. I wasn't really crazy about the structure. Okay. On the whole, I thought you did a good job. I really liked your development. I thought it was well developed. I thought you had a lot of really, really solid, really good ideas. There were little grammatical things like these missing A's and extra S's or missing S's or missing A's. So those were the things that I want you to work on. Those are the things that take away from this being a really, really, really strong essay and make it a good essay, but one that still has a little work to be done. Okay, so let's take a look now at your task 1, which is this one about tea leaves. The flowchart depicts the production procedures for 5 varieties of teas. It is noted that all types of tea are derived from the same type of fresh tea leaves, but they are produced via various processing techniques where some steps are in common. Okay, fine. For making all 5 types of tea, the fresh tea leaves are required. No, you have to be careful here. For making all 5 types of tea, the fresh tea leaves must be sorted and cleaned in the beginning and dried or cooled at the end. Okay. It is obvious that the white tea making process is the simplest one, which involves, put an S there, not a D, which involves only steaming in between. Fine. Although withering is a second step common in making oolong and black tea, this step is optional for green tea. After that, the subsequent procedures are unique for each type of tea. For example, for green tea, pan frying is done immediately after withering, but for oolong tea, shaking or rolling is awkward. It's like you didn't know what to do with the bullet. Let's see. Shaking or rolling is used to bruise tea edges or leaf edges, and a short period of fermentation is necessary to go, or don't even say to go through, and a short period of fermentation is necessary before pan frying. While black tea making does not involve pan frying, withered leaves are either rolled or cut, followed by complete fermentation, no D there, and drying to make gong fu or broken black teas. Finally, all 3 types of tea can be further dried and added with flowers or fruit scent before cooling down in order to make scented tea. Overall, there are some common tea making steps. However, the process sequence for 5 varieties of tea are distinct. That's fine. I like the way you did this. There was some awkwardness. There was some grammatical inaccuracy somewhere in the middle. I thought your task achievement was good. I thought the way you organized this was smart. But you just had some awkwardness. And so that's the one thing that really concerns me here. It's not like, how can I say this? It's not like creates a strain on the examiner awkward, but there was enough of it that would keep it probably from getting into those higher scores, okay? Keep that in mind. Keep working on these. You're doing well, so just, keep up your good work. This is actually our last set in your essay correction package, but you will see that there are more opportunities for us to continue working together if you would like to do so. Check your email. There'll be links on how you can continue working with us, okay? I hope you'll take advantage of that so that we can, work together and keep on giving you feedback, okay? Best of luck, and I look forward to seeing more of your work.